Hello friends. So after completing first two units, now we are going to start the third unit, that is centroid and center of gravity. So before starting the actual contents of the unit, let us have a review of the syllabus which is framed for this unit. Now this unit, it deals with definition of center of gravity, center of mass, centroid, and then in this unit we will discuss about centroid of composite figures, that is plane figures, and centroid of one dimensional elements, or we can call it as center of gravity of wires having negligible thickness. Okay. So, let us start with the definition of center of gravity as well as centroid. So, friends, center of gravity, this term is denoted by letter G, and this term is applicable for solids having considerable weight. So, if a body is having considerable weight, then with reference to that body, this term is used, center of gravity. Gravity means a force exerted by earth on a body, and because of this force, weight acts in downward direction. So, center of gravity is nothing but center of weight, and it is nothing but the point at which whole weight of a body is supposed to be concentrated, or alternatively it can be defined as a point through which whole weight of a body is acting. So, this point is called as center of gravity, point through which whole weight of a body it acts. Position of this point, that is center of gravity or G, with respect to x and y axis can be defined like this: x bar and y bar. These are the coordinates of center of gravity. So, here x bar, it means that distance of center of gravity from y axis. So, this is nothing but the horizontal distance, while y bar is distance of center of gravity from x axis. Okay. Now, here for understanding we will consider one figure. This is first quadrant, this is x axis and this is y axis. Okay. And a person is standing in the first quadrant. Now, this is say point G, that is center of gravity. Through this point whole weight of that person is acting, and it obviously it will be acting in downward direction. Okay. Now, if I ask you to define position of this point, then you have to define the coordinates x bar and y bar. And what is x bar? X bar is horizontal distance of centroid, and of course, this distance is measured from vertical axis, that is y axis. And what is y bar? Y bar is the vertical distance of centroid. Obviously, we will measure it from x axis. So, x bar is horizontal distance of centroid, y bar is vertical distance of centroid, or x bar is distance of centroid or center of gravity. Okay. Centroid or center of gravity, for both these points we are using the same notation, x bar and y bar. So, x bar is distance of CG. In this case, person is standing in a first quadrant. So, distance of CG, if it is a plane lamina, we will call it as centroid. Distance of CG from y axis. So, this is x bar, and distance of CG from x axis, y bar, this is y bar, or x bar is horizontal distance of centroid, y bar is vertical distance of centroid. Now, how to calculate or how to locate position of this centroid? Okay. Now, here we will consider a three dimensional system and a plane figure or a body is placed in xy plane. Okay. Now, this body is made up of number of points, small points or particles, and each particle is having its own weight. For example, this is particle 1, its weight is W1 acting in downward direction. This is particle number 2, its weight is acting in downward direction W2. Particle number 3 W3, particle number 4 W4. So, all these are the weight of individual particles, and these weights are acting in downward direction. Since center of earth is far away from the place under consideration, these forces or weights are forming a system of parallel forces, and hence if you add all these weights W1 plus W2 plus W3 up to Wn, you will be having weight of the body. So, this is capital W, weight of the body under consideration, is equal to W1 plus W2 plus W3 plus up to Wn, and this is nothing but resultant of all forces acting through point G, where G is center of gravity. Okay. So, W is equal to W1 plus W2 plus W3. Now, this is parallel force system, and W is resultant of all these parallel forces. Now, we know resultant is a vector quantity, we have to determine its magnitude. So, magnitude is known W, which can be obtained by adding W1 plus W1, W2, W3, Wn, etc. Okay. Its direction, it is acting in vertical downward direction. Now, its position, point G is the point of application of W, and its position can be defined as x bar and y bar as discussed earlier. Now, this x bar, how to calculate this x bar? So, here one can use Varignon's theorem of moment. What this theorem states? It states that sum of all the forces about a point is equal to moment of their resultant. So, here I will take moment of all these forces about x axis. So, W1 x1 plus W2 x2 plus W3 x3 plus W4 x4, where x1, x2, x3 and x4, these are the distances of these points from y axis as shown in the figure. So, left hand side is sum of moment of all forces about y axis, okay, is equal to moment of their resultant about y axis. So, what is moment of this resultant about y axis? This moment is equal to W into x bar, where x bar is distance. This is the distance, W into x bar, and hence x bar is equal to W1 x1 plus W2 x2 plus W3 x3 plus Wn xn upon W, or it can be written as summation Wx upon summation W. Summation W. Summation W means W1 plus W2 plus W3 up to Wn. Similarly, y bar is equal to summation Wy upon summation W. So, in this way x bar and y bar can be determined, right. Now, so after knowing the x bar and y bar, we can define the position of center of gravity, right. So, these are the two equations which can be used to locate the position of center of gravity. Now, what is centroid? Centroid is a point which is similar to center of gravity, but it is applicable for plane figures having negligible weight, but considerable area, So, it can be defined as it is the point at which whole area of a lamina is supposed to be concentrated, or a point through which entire whole area of a lamina is acting. And to calculate position of centroid, again we can use these two equations. Simply replace W by A. So, x bar is equal to summation Ax upon summation A, y bar is equal to summation Ay upon summation A. Again, while solving the problems, I will explain you what is the meaning of summation A and how to calculate summation A and summation Ax and summation Ay. So, you have to use these two equations only, that is all, and this unit, it consists of these two equations only, problem based on these two equations. Now, let us move to the second part. Now, here we will discuss position of centroid of basic geometrical figures. Okay. Now, center of gravity actually only we have to locate CG of wires only. So, first we will start with centroid. Before that, let us discuss one note or important point. Centroid This is the point. Centroid of a plane lamina lies on the line of symmetry or axis of symmetry. If there are two or more lines of symmetry, the centroid is the point of intersection of lines of symmetry. So, centroid, it lies on line of symmetry. So, before solving problem, you have to draw line of symmetry, and then you can start the procedure. Okay. So, centroid lies on line of symmetry or axis of symmetry. If there are two lines, then definitely the point of intersection of the two lines of symmetry will be the centroid. Okay. Now, let us discuss centroid of basic geometrical figures. Now, here I have prepared a table, serial number, figure, area, x bar and y bar. Now, x bar and y bar are already defined. So, let us start with circle. This is basic geometrical figure. Now, this circle is placed in the first quadrant, okay, and this is x axis, this is y axis. Now, as per our procedure, first we will draw line of symmetry. Now, for a circle, number of lines can be drawn, and all these lines will pass through its center. So, this point is nothing but centroid of the circle. So, area of circle pi r square, where r is radius, or pi by 4 into d square, where d is diameter. Okay. X bar, so center is centroid of the circle. So, x bar means horizontal distance of this centroid from y axis is equal to r, y bar is equal to r, y bar is equal to r. So, very simple basic geometrical figure. Okay. Let us move to the next figure, rectangle. Now, again the rectangle is placed in the first quadrant, right. Dimensions of rectangle b by d. So, area is equal to b into d. Now, x bar, horizontal distance of centroid. For a rectangle, we can draw line of symmetry, vertical line of symmetry. This is vertical line of symmetry, this is horizontal line of symmetry. So, this rectangle is having two lines of symmetry. So, point of intersection will be the centroid. And what is the position of centroid? So, x bar means horizontal distance is equal to b by 2, because this is line of symmetry, and vertical distance is equal to d by 2. So, x bar is equal to b by 2, y bar is equal to d by 2. Okay. Now, semicircle, I request you to note down it in your notebook, so that while solving the problems you can refer this table, right. Semicircle, third figure is semicircle. Now, again the semicircle is placed in the first quadrant, right. Radius of this semicircle is r, small r. So, area is equal to pi r square by 2, half of the circle, pi r square by 2, right. Now, for semicircle, we can draw a vertical line of symmetry. So, this is vertical line of symmetry. Okay. We cannot draw a horizontal line of symmetry for this semicircle. So, only vertical line is there, and it means that the centroid lies on this line. So, centroid lies somewhere here, and hence the horizontal distance can be obtained directly. X bar is equal to r. See here, x bar is equal to r. It can be written directly without calculations. While y bar, vertical distance of centroid, here I am showing the vertical distance. Vertical distance of the centroid is 4r by 3 pi. This is standard formula, 4r by 3 pi. Now, if I place the same semicircle with different orientation again in the first quadrant, now this is the semicircle which is placed in the first quadrant. Now, if I ask you to calculate x bar and y bar, so you can use now this table, right. First, as per our procedure, draw line of symmetry for the given figure. Now, since semicircle is placed with different orientation, the same vertical line of symmetry is now horizontal line of symmetry. So, this is the line of symmetry. Okay. Centroid lies on this line. So, now in this case we can write vertical distance of centroid, vertical distance of centroid or vertical distance of line of symmetry on which centroid lies directly. We can write this distance directly. Y bar is equal to r, and x bar is equal to, this is the distance which is known to us in the first case, here 4r by 3 pi. This is 4r by 3 pi. Now, same distance is x bar, 4r by 3 pi. So, in this way this table can be used. Now, quarter circle, this is quarter circle placed in the first quadrant. Okay. Now, vertical line of symmetry cannot be drawn, horizontal line of symmetry cannot be drawn. area of quarter circle pi r square by 4, pi r square by 4, x bar. So, this is centroid of the quarter circle, this is centroid of the quarter circle. Okay. So, x bar, horizontal distance of centroid, this is horizontal distance of centroid, is equal to 4 r by 3 pi, is equal to 4 r by 3 pi. Vertical distance of centroid 4 r by 3 pi. So, this is standard result, x bar 4 r by 3 pi, y bar 4 r by 3 pi. Now, next figure is sector of a circle. Now, this sector is placed as shown, this is y axis and this is x axis. The sector is placed symmetrical to x axis. So, x axis is the line of symmetry and centroid lies on x axis, and if a point is on x axis, its y ordinate is equal to 0. So, y bar is equal to 0 and x bar, this is the distance, x bar, horizontal distance of centroid is equal to 2 r sin alpha upon 3 alpha. So, here this alpha is in radian and we know 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radian. Okay. So, x bar is equal to 2 r sin alpha upon 3 alpha and area of circus is this sector is r square alpha in radian, r square alpha in radian. So, again I request you to note down all these basic geometrical figures in your notebook, or you can refer standard textbook. Okay. And you need this table while solving the problems, right. So, this is about the position of centroid of basic geometrical figures. Now, few more figures are there. The next figure is a triangle. Okay. Now, again the triangle is placed in the first quadrant. Triangle dimensions are base width b, height h. Okay. Now, this is this triangle is symmetrical about vertical line. So, draw line of symmetry for the triangle. Now, here this is the line of symmetry for the triangle. This is line of symmetry for the triangle. This is line of symmetry, vertical line of symmetry, and the centroid lies on the line of symmetry. So, this is the position of centroid. So, x bar can be written directly. This is x bar. X bar can be written directly. X bar is equal to b by 2. X bar is equal to b by 2. So, x bar is equal to b by 2. While y bar, this is y bar. This is y bar. Vertical distance of the centroid, y bar is equal to h by 3, y bar is equal to h by 3. If you are measuring the centroidal distance from the side of triangle, any one side of the triangle, then will be equal to 1 by 3. 1 by 3, you are measuring this distance, 1 by 3 of parallel dimension is h. So, 1 by 3 of parallel dimension when you are measuring from the side. Okay. If you are measuring it from the apex point, this is apex point. If you are measuring it from the apex point, it will be equal to 2 by 3 into parallel dimension h, 2 by 3 into h. Now, here this is x bar b by 2, y bar h by 3. Now, let us consider a right angled triangle. Now, for this triangle we cannot draw vertical line of symmetry or horizontal line of symmetry. Okay. Now, this is the position of centroid of the triangle. This is position of centroid of the triangle. Area 1/2 base into height. X bar. Now, this is x bar. This is x bar, horizontal distance of the centroid. Now, we are measuring this distance from side. So, when you are measuring it from side, 1 by 3. You are measuring horizontal distance. So, 1 by 3 parallel dimension b. So, b by 3. Okay. Now, vertical distance of centroid. So, this is the vertical distance of centroid. Now, again you are measuring this vertical distance from side, means from b. So, is equal to 1 by 3 into dimension parallel to this distance, and dimension parallel to this distance is h. So, 1 by 3 into h. So, h by 3. So, in this way centroid of triangle can be located. Third figure is this triangle is unsymmetrical. Okay. So, its base is equal to L and this is the apex point. This distance is equal to A, this is equal to B. Area is equal to 1/2 base into height. So, this formula is known to us. Now, x bar, suppose the centroid is somewhere here, okay. Here I will mark the centroid. The centroid is somewhere here, okay. The horizontal distance of centroid measured from A, capital A, is equal to L plus A divided by 3, L plus A divided by 3. If you are measuring this distance from the second point B, from the second point B, okay, then it will be equal to L plus B by 3, L plus B by 3. And what is the vertical distance? This is the vertical distance y bar. Now, this distance we are measuring from the side. So, 1 by 3 into parallel dimension is h. So, y bar is equal to h by 3. So, this is all about the basic geometrical figures. Now, you will come across problems on basic geometrical figure as well as composite figure. So, what is composite figure? That we will discuss, and we will discuss how to determine centroid of composite figure, right. Now, composite figure is a figure which is combination of two or more basic geometrical figures, and centroid of composite figure can be located using following procedure or following steps, located by following steps. So, composite figure, suppose if I ask you to determine centroid of a rectangle. So, rectangle is a basic geometrical figure. You can draw vertical line of symmetry, horizontal line of symmetry, and using table you can directly locate position of centroid. But if I ask you to determine centroid of a figure like this, a rectangle, say like this. So, this is the figure, okay. And if I ask you to locate centroid of figure, so how to locate centroid of this figure? Now, this is not a basic geometrical figure, but the figure is like this. Again, I am drawing it with different color. So, this is perimeter of the figure, okay. Now, how to locate centroid of this figure? Now, this figure is combination of two basic geometrical figures. So, the two figures are a square or a rectangle like this. Here I am drawing. So, a rectangle, this is the rectangle, and a triangle. So, combination of two basic geometrical figures. So, this can be called as composite figure. So, here the procedure is step number 1, place the figure in the first quadrant. In the first quadrant. Why in the first quadrant? Because we know the coordinate system. This is coordinate system. In the first quadrant, both x and y are positive. In the second quadrant, x negative, y will be positive. In the third quadrant, x negative, y negative. In the fourth quadrant, x positive and y negative. So, as far as possible, place the figure in the first quadrant, so that your x and y coordinates will be positive, okay. Draw line of symmetry if any. Now, the second step is draw line of symmetry for the figure. Now, here for the figure under consideration, suppose we are considering this figure, we can, let us assume that this triangle is isosceles triangle. So, here we can draw a horizontal line of symmetry for the given figure, basic geometrical figure, okay. And when horizontal line of symmetry is there, it means that the resultant is, the centroid lies on this line. Suppose this is the centroid, and hence its vertical distance is known to us. This is y bar. So, y bar will be known to us. This is y bar. Y bar will be known to us. So, you need not have to use equation for y bar. X bar you have to locate, okay. X bar is horizontal distance of centroid. So, this is x bar, this is x bar, okay. So, place the figure in the first quadrant. Then draw line of symmetry if any. Okay. So if there is no line of symmetry, you have to locate both x bar and y bar, x bar and y bar. Okay. Then third step is divide the figure into basic geometrical figures. So here we can divide the figure into two figures. Figure number 1 a rectangle or a square, and figure number 2 a triangle. So in this way you have to divide the figure into basic geometrical figures. Then complete the table and locate the centroid. So these are the few steps which you have to follow while locating centroid of composite figure. Okay. Let us start with the problem. Locate centroid of the plane area as shown in figure. Now this must be a plane area. Okay, this must be plane area. Locate centroid of the plane or plane area as shown in figure. So we are having this plane figure given in the problem. The figure is partly placed in the first quadrant and partly in the second quadrant, right. Now we have to locate position of centroid. Now we will follow the steps. First step is place the figure in the first quadrant. Now here it is not possible to place the figure in the first quadrant, it is already placed. So we are not supposed to change it. Okay. So let it be as it is. Then draw line of symmetry if any. Here we cannot draw line of symmetry for the figure. Okay. Because the figure totally is unsymmetrical. So second step cannot be used. Then divide the figure into basic geometrical figures. Yes, we can divide it into basic geometrical figures. So here one can divide it like this. A complete rectangle, figure number 1, a complete rectangle, figure number 1. So here this is figure number 1. Figure number 1 is a complete rectangle. See, complete rectangle means this complete rectangle from a dotted line. See the cursor, this is figure number 1. Okay. Figure number 2, figure number 2 is a triangle. Figure number 2 is a triangle. Okay. So this is figure number 2, this is figure number 2, a triangle, and this is figure number 3, third figure, again a triangle. Okay. And thus the figure is divided into basic geometrical figures. And now complete the table and locate the centroid. Now you have to draw a table like this. First column figure number, second column area, third column x, fourth column y, then ax and ay. Now in this figure is unsymmetrical. So we have to locate x bar as well as y bar. We have to locate x bar. So we have to use first equation and then we have to locate y bar. So what is x bar? X bar is equal to summation ax upon summation a, and y bar is equal to summation ay upon summation a. So according to our requirement we are preparing a table. Figure number, we need area, hence area, second column, we need x as well as y, and therefore this is x, column for x, this is column for y. We need ax, so this is ax, we need ay, and therefore this is ay. So this is the table. Okay. Now figure number 1, its area of figure number 1, this is rectangle of size 12 plus 9 means 21, of size 21 by 16. So 21 into 16. So this is the area, 21 into 16. This is the area, 336. Now figure number 2. Figure number 2 is a rectangle, sorry, a triangle. Figure number 2 is a triangle. So area of triangle is 1/2 base into height. So this is figure number 2. Area is 1/2 base 12 into height 6. So 1/2 12 into 6 36. So this is area of figure number 2. This is area of figure number 2. Figure number 3, its area is again 1/2 base into height 1/2 9 into 6 upon 2 27. So in this way area of each figure can be calculated. Okay, first figure, second figure and the third figure. So this is area. We need summation A. See the equation, we need summation A, and therefore summation A is equal to adding all A1, A2, A3, 399. Okay, let us move to the second column, X. What is X for individual figure? X is the position of centroid of the figure from y axis. Okay. Now we are talking about figure number 1 only. We are talking about figure number 1 only. This is figure number 1. We are talking about figure number 1, X and Y. So let us concentrate on figure number 1 only. Let us concentrate on figure number 1 only. This is figure number 1, right? Okay. And now centroid of figure number 1. Figure number 1 is a basic geometrical figure. Basic geometrical figure, and we know this basic geometrical figure, that is rectangle, its centroid, its position of centroid, we know x bar and y bar from the table. See, this is the table, and that is why I ask you to draw this figure table or to write this table in your notebook. So for figure number 2, that is for this rectangle, x bar is equal to b by 2, y bar is equal to d by 2. So let us come to the problem. Now here say this is position of centroid of figure number 1. We know from the table x bar is equal to b by 2, means 21 divided by 2, and y bar is equal to d by 2, means 16 by 2. But now this figure is partly placed in the first quadrant, partly in the second quadrant, and hence distance of centroid of figure number 1, this is centroid of figure number 1 from y axis, means this distance is required. Remember, this distance is required, and this is x for the given problem. While in the table x is measured from the left edge, and we are writing it as b by 2, means 21 divided by 2, means 10.5. But you should not write this distance in this table. Here we have to write x with respect to y axis. So this distance is required, and this distance is equal to 10.5 minus 9, 10.5 minus 9, 1.5. So this is the distance, 1.5, correct. Now y, in the table y is measured from bottom. So y is d by 2, this is d by 2, means 16 divided by 2. But now for the given problem we are measuring this distance y from x axis. So this is total distance we are supposed to write in the table, is equal to 8 by 2, sorry 16 by 2, means 8 plus 16, 8 plus 16, 14. So 14 is written in the table, and then calculate ax and ay for figure number 1. Now figure number 2 is a triangle. Now suppose this is the position of centroid of the triangle. This is the position of centroid of the triangle. Now what is x? X is horizontal distance of centroid of figure. So this is the distance x. Okay, this is the distance x. Now this distance is equal to, from the table, let us go through the table, is equal to 1 by 3, because we are measuring it from side, 1 by 3 into parallel dimension. Dimension parallel to this distance is 12. So 1 by 3 into 12, 4. 1 by 3 into 12, 4. Figure number 2. 1 by 3 into 12. So 4. So here it should be plus 4. It should be plus 4. 4. And y. Y is this distance. This is y for figure number 2. Now see this distance, now we are measuring from the apex point, and when you are measuring from the apex point, this distance is equal to 2 by 3. This distance is equal to 2 by 3 into parallel dimension So, dimension parallel to this distance is vertical dimension 6 into 6, and hence is equal to 4, is equal to 4 y. If you are measuring it from a side, it should be 1 by 3 into parallel dimension. Okay. Now, figure number 3. Let us say this is centroid of figure number 3. Now, what is x? X is the horizontal distance of centroid of the figure. So, this is x. So, this is x. Okay. And this distance is equal to 1 by 3. Now, why 1 by 3? We are measuring from this side. 1 by 3, 1 by 3 into parallel dimension of the triangle. Now, dimension which is parallel to this side is 9. So, is equal to 9, and hence 3. And why minus 3? Because in the first quadrant x positive, in the second quadrant x is negative, y is positive, x quadrant x is negative, y is positive, and therefore, this distance is measured in the second quadrant x and hence minus sign. Now, y, what is y? Y is the vertical distance of centroid, y is the vertical distance of centroid, and here in this figure y, I will show you y term. Okay. Y is vertical distance of centroid of figure number 3. So, this is the distance which we have to write in the table. This is distance y. Now, from which point you are measuring y? You are measuring y from the apex point, not from the side, and hence this distance is equal to 2 by 3. This distance is equal to 2 by 3 into parallel dimension of the triangle. Now, parallel dimension of the triangle is this side, is equal to 6, is equal to 6, and hence here y can be calculated as 2 by 3, 2 by 3. This is y. We are measuring it from apex point, and hence equal to 2 by 3 into parallel dimension of triangle. Dimension which is parallel to this distance is 6 meter, and hence into 6. So, 2 by 3 into 6 is equal to 4. So, here in this table I have written it as 4, and now calculate Ax and Ay, and then calculate summation Ax, summation Ay, and using this equation x bar is equal to summation Ax upon A, y bar is equal to summation Ay upon A, calculate x bar and y bar, and this is the position of centroid of triangle. So, in this way centroid of a composite figure can be determined. So, this is all about the basic terms which are related to centroid and center of gravity. In the next lecture, we will be solving problems on lamina, plain lamina, as well as on plain wires. Thank you.